Hi, everyone. Um, I'm sorry, just a second. Yeah, okay. Hi, everyone. I can see that many people are getting online. My name is Jasim Sheikh, and I'm representing Jönköping University. And just by me, I have a student by the name Yapra Ischi, and she will be helping us for the webinar by sharing her experiences as a student. I have requested her to talk much more in Turkish language. I will be speaking in English because I'm not Turkish. And as you can see, that I don't look like a blonde, so I'm not Swedish either. I was once upon a time a student like yourself, who came to this country back in 2006 for education. And the funny thing is, when I came here, I told my father that I'm coming here for my master's education for 2 years. And my father still asks me when your 2 years are finishing off because I came here in 2006. So this is so my 2006 and my 2 years are still continuing on. So thank you very much for being on this webinar. I hope that today's information would help you to make a smart decision for your future. If you have whatever questions you have, we will give you the platform for last 15 minutes. Kind of questions you have. And the format which we were thinking about is I will be presenting through a presentation. And that presentation, I'll be talking some part in English, and Yaprak will also come in, and then she will also speak in Turkish language about the same things. So let's go ahead with the presentation. So can you guys, I hope they see the presentation. Yeah. So I'm sorry, just a technical thing I'm trying to work on is so yes. So as you can see, the first slide of my presentation is where global careers are born. So this is not a marketing statement we make. This is something which we believe in, we live by on daily basis. This is a motto that our students believe in as well when they're joining us. And everything we design at our university around education and research is making sure that we are enabling people for a global career. So what we will be doing is obviously when you are coming for your education, the first thing you're doing is you're choosing a country. And I think it's really important for you to understand that what country has to offer, that if you are not sold on a country as a first thing, then it becomes extremely hard for you to decide on the university. No matter how good the university is, that if you're not sold on the country or what country has to offer, then it really doesn't perhaps would make a sense for you to come down for your education. So I would really want you to really understand what Sweden is and what Sweden has to offer as a country. So that's first thing. And then we'll be talking about all these 7 factors, which you can see on the screen, which is highly ranked and accredited, practical work experience, global careers, safe and modern, English spoken, international environment. So we'll be talking about all these factors, that how do these factors make exciting information for you to choose our university. So the first thing, let's talk about Sweden. Because I'm sorry, just hold on, because I think someone sent a question, right? When can we hear about? Yes. So yeah, of course. During my presentation, I will also be talking about scholarship and everything. So please stay tuned. We have 30 minutes for this presentation. You will have all the information which you're looking for. So yes. So let's talk about the geography of the country first. I don't know how many of you have been to Sweden, but usually the first thing which comes to people's mind is Sweden is a pretty cold country, and it might be hard for them to live here. But I can promise you that if you look at the map, we are pretty down in the south. Up, the yellow map is for Sweden, and Jönköping is a city which is equal distance to Stockholm, which is the capital of Sweden, almost equal distance to Copenhagen, which is the capital of Denmark, and almost equal distance to Oslo, which is the capital of Norway. So it's the epic center combining three major capitals in Scandinavia. And that is why you also see a lot of logistical companies around this region. The first thing obviously is to talk about economy, and why economy. That what makes economy exciting to understand is that if you understand the economy of a country, then which means that you will be able to analyze that if you want to come down for your education, then you will have a lot of opportunities after you graduate. For example, if the economy of the country is right now, which is showing that they have almost very few people which are unemployed, which means that the possibilities for you to work here would be enormous. And here I can ask Yaprak as well about sharing your experience about your education here, and how did you feel Sweden as a country, and what are you doing right now?
Yeah. So,
yes.
Bölümü mezunuyum. Exchange'imi Singapur'da yapmıştım ve Singapur'dayken İsveç'ten birçok arkadaşım oldu. Singapurlu arkadaşlarımın da Jönköping'e exchange'e gittiğini çok duydum. Bu şehir neresi falan diye merak ederken araştırdım ve master'ımı burada yapmaya karar verdim. Ve buraya geldim 2018 Ağustos'ta. Bir yıllık bir eğitimim vardı, yüksek lisansım. Onu tamamladıktan sonra şu an hemen mezun olur olmaz iş buldum ve şu an bir okulda öğretmen olarak çalışıyorum. So I just said that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Perfect.
That I'm working on.
Yeah, and so these are some of the big brands which you're seeing on the screen right now, and I'm pretty sure that you're extremely familiar with many of these brands which are on the screen, like H&M, which I don't know if you knew about it or not, but it is Swedish. IKEA, for example, everything, Spotify, SEB, ABB, Atlas Copco, Volvo, of course. So all these companies are, Swedish brands, and a lot of people do not really recognize these brands to be Swedish, because Swedish people are very low-key people. They don't really brag about what they have. Unlike the Americans, if someone is American, I excuse for that, but Americans are really good at marketing what they have, and they draw a big picture around things. But Swedes are very humble, very kind, very down-to-earth people. So they don't really, but they have quite much actually. Sustainability. This is very interesting. These days, I think it's really important to understand the concept. Why? Because where we are heading, especially with the current situation on COVID-19, how the virus has taken over the world with a big surprise. So we are heading towards more and more confirmation that we need sustainable solutions to live. So as a university, we have taken a deep responsibility of making sure that whatever we are teaching, it's enabling our students on the core concept of sustainability. And the projects which you will be doing down here in your education, you will be expected to think about these factors while you are, doing your assignments or group projects or your thesis project. So this is really important to understand. And I can also share a very exciting experience of my own life. I remember when I came down as a student back in 2006. I was living in a dormitory where hundreds of other students live. And I remember, a guy coming in from Pakistan. You can imagine. I was eating my dinner, and while eating my dinner, I had a glass jar, a metal jar, and some eatables to throw. And while I was throwing everything together, a girl, Linda, I still remember her name, she comes over to me. She says, "Jasim, what are you doing?" I said, "What do you mean? I'm throwing my garbage." She said, "You can't throw your garbage like this." I said, "Okay, how do I throw my garbage?" She said, "You have to throw the eatables into a paper bag, into this bin, and tin in this one, and glass in this one." And I'm like surprised, what is she talking about? Back in 2006, a poor guy coming in from Pakistan, you know. So why this story is very dear to me is because I still remember the experience. So I learned that quite often you don't really learn so much, perhaps. You not only learn from the university experience, but you also learn a lot from the experience of the surroundings, from people. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Because I'm so used to it. And Sweden offers like those class,
guys, we cannot hear Yaprak
Yeah,
clearly.
exactly.
Maybe
For
you
free.
can
Exactly.
have the microphone a little closer. Yeah, it's better.
How is it now? Okay. Bahsettiğimiz şey, yani burada sustainable'da sadece okulda değil ama sosyal yaşamda da bunu zaten ediniyoruz. Ben mesela Türkiye'ye gittiğimde bu dönüşümü yapamadığım, Yasemin bahsettiği dönüşümü yapamadığımda kendimi çok kötü hissettim. Burada kendin tabii ki okuldan aldığımız eğitimle bunu yaşamımızın parçası ediniyoruz ama çevreden de, marketlerde bu dönüşümü yapacak poşetler ücretsiz veriliyor. Yani devlet bunu çok güzel oturtmuş diyebilirim.
Great. Innovation. I think this is another thing which makes Sweden a very exciting case, and in fact, a very interesting country for the education as well. And I'll tell you why. If you look at the statistics around on Google, for example, you will see that Sweden most of the time rates very high in different indexes on innovation. And why is that? There is, what I have realized from studying down here. I think I understand the core. Why is that? The core is that their education system is designed in a way which provides opportunity for each individual to ask questions extremely freely to their professors. And not just that, they have this possibility of asking anything and everything. And the classrooms are designed in a way that you are
Jasim,
studying
I'm so
two
sorry, but
courses
your
at a
voice is
time,
very,
and
very
then
low.
you get
Maybe you can make your computer a little closer to yourself. Yeah, much better.
Yeah, exactly. Is that better? Oh, sorry. So yeah, I was talking about innovation, and on your screen you can see that dynamite, ultrasound, pacemaker, all these are Swedish innovations And quite often we use these innovations in our daily life, but perhaps we don't really realize that we are using a Swedish innovation, for example. So, and I usually ask people to think about how does innovation happen? If I become Chinese for a little while, perfect at reverse engineering, so I can see, let's say if I have innovation in my hand, then innovation happens through strong R&D, research and development. And strong R&D happens with strong structure of education. And that is bachelor's or master's. And that has to be connected to your school education. So unless or until you don't connect all these dots together, you can't create innovation. In the end, it's impossible. So that is why if they are one of the most innovative countries in the world, it means that they have a very strong infrastructure for education that enables research and development. Yeah, equality. I think this is something which I would also let Yaprak to speak more. But my experience is that in this country, women have more rights than men. Quite amazingly, I think you can also share perhaps your experience around how have you experienced your rights as a woman?
Şu an ben bir okulda öğretmen olarak çalışıyorum ve öğrencilerim 10-12 yaşında ve eşitlikle ilgili bütün bilgileri zaten bu yaşta edinmiş oluyorlar. Çocukluktan gelişen bir şey. O yüzden yani okullardaki şu an üniversitedekinden önce ilkokulda oluşan bir anlayış, eşitlik. Herkes kendi kararlarını veriyor. Çocuklar yetişkinlerle aynı seviyede. Cinsiyet, yaş, her şekilde çok eşit bir ülke. Zaten kuzey ülkelerini çok eşit ülke olarak biliyoruz. İsveç de bunların öncülerinden biri.
Of course, a Nobel Prize. This is, everyone knows Nobel Prize, Alfred Nobel. So, that's how many people also, know Sweden as a country. So that's if think about it, if you come for your education in Sweden, you can always go back and say that you have been graduated from a country which was House of Nobel Prize. So you can see our university on the screen. If you are in Istanbul or in Izmir or anywhere in Turkey right now, you can, I'm pretty sure Turkish people love water. They can live without water. I'm not sure about people living in Ankara, but I think they also love water. I love water. So you can see we have a lot of water, and the university is actually built almost on top of the lake.
Çok pardon, araya giriyorum ama ses çok az geliyor. Evet, güzel şu an.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is that better?
It's much better now. Maybe you can just use the computer way closer to yourself when you're speaking, taking turns like that. Yeah. Sorry.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Sorry about that. So on your screen you can see Jönköping University.
Now
so
we don't
it's
see
built
the
on
screen,
water,
the
as I was saying, and
you need to enable screen sharing.
Can you see now?
No.
Can you see now? Just hold on. Actions, enable screen sharing, and application window, and this.
Yeah, now it works.
Sure. Okay. Sorry guys about that. So this is our university. The white building with yellow blocks, and also the building behind it with the with glass. The building and the gray building. All of these. This is a university area. So we have 4 different schools. We have a business school, we have School of Engineering, we have School of Education and Communication, School of Health and Welfare. We have 11,000 students, of which 2,000 are international students. It's talking about rankings and accreditations. We have AACSB accredited education. We have EQUIS. We are ranked number 1 in Europe and number 3 globally in family business research. We are ranked number 3 in Europe and 9 globally in entrepreneurship research. We are ranked number 2 in business economics in Sweden. So, and on the right side, you can see a picture where a lot of universities go and compete for a case study at Harvard Business School, one of the best schools in the world. And we have won, for 2 years, we have been winning that case competition. So we are pretty proud of that. And we go and compete with the likes of Harvard, Johnson, Wharton, London Business School. So we have a lot of, 5 Ivy League schools which are there, and our students also are enabled through their education to go and compete with the likes of the students from those universities. So School of Engineering, for example, have a CDIO initiative, which is a prestigious collaborative between leading engineering schools worldwide, started by MIT in Massachusetts. So that's also pretty strong. Why? Because if you are thinking of becoming an engineer, we believe in a lot of practical work experiences for the engineers. So we have a science park. The science park is supposed to help students for starting to, if you have an idea or you want to run something as a business, the science park helps you to set up your business. It's like an incubation park or technology park or whatever name you want to give it. I'm pretty sure you have it in Turkey as well. But here 1 in every 10 students at our university start their own business. And we have the different competitions every year where students are free to pitch their ideas. And once they have pitched the ideas, their ideas are being evaluated by, independent professors and people coming into the science park. And based on that, they can get prize money as well. And you can see some students who have actually won that money. So it's a great opportunity, not just find yourself to work for someone else, but a great opportunity to really understand the potential you may have inside yourself. And we provide the platform to enable that entrepreneurship out of you. This is Solar Challenge. This is, I can go to the next slide actually, with more pictures. You can see on the right side and on the top side of the screen that you see a solar panel driven car, which is totally made by students. It's a 100% student project. And you can see we have a women driver, a women student. She's a student, by the way. And so we go every year to Australia for competition about 3,000 kilometers. The race goes for 3,000 kilometers. And every single kilometer is being run on solar panel driven car, which is quite amazing. And many universities around the world come and compete in this competition. And we have been going there, and I think we came 4th this year. We are pretty happy about that performance. So these are some of the experiences as a student you can have at a university. We also have field visits to real companies like Volvo, and behind you also see Vattenfall. Yeah, if you remember, we spoke about global career. This is an important slide for me. Why? Because I think whenever you are coming down for your education, it's about a dream. And your dream could be you want to work for an SME. The dream could be that you want to work for a multinational like KPMG or PricewaterhouseCoopers or Procter P&G or any big company you might be thinking about, IKEA, H&M, etc., etc. But to enable that dream, you have to go through education as a pathway. So if you don't take that path, perhaps you will not reach your dream. So it's really important that you you choose the right education for enabling that dream. So if you look at where our students are working right now, you can see that our students right now are working at Google, at IKEA, at H&M, PwC, IBM, Procter & Gamble, MTG, Yahoo, International English Skolan, Volvo, Unilever, and Novartis. So these are very big names, and many of these companies are like dream companies for many people to come and join. And our students are already working there. So we must be teaching something right that enables our students to go and compete and work with these companies. And why is it so good is also because we have the alumni portal where you, after your education, you get connected with people through this university working at these companies. And you can also get connected with Yaprak and many other Yapraks in that portal. So that's the beauty of having a very strong alumni, because that alumni will open doors for you to perhaps get an opportunity for the interview, for example. So this is pretty strong. I think before I go here, maybe I can also let Yaprak to share what you're doing right now, and how did you feel through your education, and was it easy for you to find work after your education? So how was it?
Ben üniversiteyi bitirdikten sonra burada tezimin daha onaylanmamasından önce başvuruda bulundum okullara. Öğretmen olarak çalışmak istedim. Çünkü yüksek lisansımı eğitim üzerine tamamladım. Çocuk eğitimi üzerine ve dolayısıyla burada çocuk ile ilgili bir alanda çalışmanın benim için çok büyük bir avantaj olacağını düşündüm Türkiye'ye dönmeden önce. Ve öğrendiğim bilgileri uygulayabileceğim bir ortam. Burası çok international bir ortam, yani çok uluslararası bir ortam olduğu için İngiliz okulunda şu an çalışma fırsatı buldum. Tamamen İngilizce konuşuluyor ve dünyanın her yerinden öğretmenler var. Orada şu an çalışıyorum ve okulda öğrendiğim birçok şeyi uygulama şansım oluyor. Hatta derslerimizden de bahsedecek olursam yüksek lisans eğitiminde biz sadece 8 kişiydik ve hepimiz farklı ülkelerden geldik. Dolayısıyla hem okulda hem burada yaşamda birçok uluslararası kişilerle birlikte farklı ülkelerden, sadece İsveç'le ilgili başka ülkelerle ilgili de bilgiler edinmiş olduk. Ve mezunlarla iletişimle ilgili Yasemin de bahsettiği gibi ben şu anda hatta okuldan 3 arkadaşımla birlikte aynı ortamda çalışıyoruz ve öğrenciler hala okulda eğitimine devam ediyorken böyle bir iş olanağı bulma imkanları oluyor. Yani Yasemin de bahsettiği gibi mezunlarla iletişime geçmek her zaman bir avantaj.
Perfect. And this country is extremely safe and modern. The picture you see on screen, if I were in a real seminar, I would be asking this as a quiz, and I would be giving out some kind of gift for that. But since we are virtually sitting, so I can just go on and say that this is a picture taken up by Isai's Hotel in north of Sweden. Everything you see is made of ice. Even the bed is made of ice. But you, of course, it's an experience that you can have. And I haven't been there. I have only been to an ice bar in Stockholm, which was just a phenomenal experience I had. So that's one of my wishes, that I would like one day to go and live, a few nights in this ice hotel. So this is, it's a very safe and modern country for women, especially. So if you have a daughter or you are a female student, please feel free, take Yaprak as aspiration and come down here. You will be extremely safe in this country. So this is city of Jönköping. We have What we have is we have 130,000 inhabitants, of which 11,000 are students, close to 10% of the population. And by CNN, our city is rated as the 10 most healthiest city in the world to live in. I can go in to talk about some practical stuff. We have 350 partner universities that enables you to, during your education, go to those partner universities. We have hands-on experience on rail projects that provides you the opportunity during different courses to work on rail projects provided by rail companies, and they are quite many of them. We have a student union that lead exciting trips. And you can see that these are all 130,000 inhabitants on the screen right now. And English is spoken by all. So if you are thinking about practicing your English, or if you're worried about that, how would I go about in the city or at the university, don't be afraid of that. It's 100%, English is spoken by everyone. So we have a bachelor's education in economics, international management, marketing management, sustainable enterprise development, new media design, prosthetics. We have master's education, international financial analysis, engineering management, logistics, economic analysis. I will also be sharing one file with our with the brochure file, which each one of you will get, so you can also see what courses we have to offer. We have pathway education that is quite interesting for you guys. Why? Because if you are planning for learning English with us first before you start up your education, we offer IELTS, we offer a business pathway, we offer engineering pathway. So based on what IELTS you have, we can offer custom make your education at our university. We have different requirements for the bachelor's. So once you apply, I can help you with that. So you don't have to worry about this part. It's also written on the link, which I'll send you. So don't, rush about that. It's just normal stuff. We have, the master requirements, and this is the fee and scholarship, which I will let Yaprak to speak about it, because I need to get a charger for my laptop, which is running out of the battery. So you can maybe talk about.
Sure. Burslar olarak merak edilen bir soruydu zaten. Öncelikle tabii ki Avrupa Birliği üyesi olmadığımız için okula ücret ödememiz gerekiyor. Ama Türkiye, İsveç anlaşmalı olan bir burs var ve ona başvurabiliyorsunuz. Bu okuldan ayrı olan. Okulun da sağladığı burs imkanları oluyor. %30 burs imkanı var. Buna tarihleri kaçırmamanızı öneririm. Ben maalesef burstan yararlanamadım çünkü deadline'ı kaçırmıştım. Ama eğer burs imkanına yararlanmak isterseniz okulun bursuna başvurabilirsiniz ve onun dışında Türkiye, İsveç bursundan yararlanabilirsiniz. O bursta da okul ücreti dahil oluyor. Yani hiçbir şekilde okula ücret ödememiş oluyorsunuz. Ve aylık belli bir miktar yaşamınıza katkıda bulunuyor. Yani o burs gerçekten çok faydalı olacaktır.
Şu an internet sıkıntısı olduğunu düşünüyoruz. Birkaç dakika bekleteceğiz. Kusura bakmayın. Hi, Jasim. If you can hear us, please click on the green button to go on stage.
Sorry about that, guys. Are we online now?
We are online.
Sorry about that. So yeah, as you know, sorry about that, guys. My laptop's battery ran out, so I had to rush to get the charger. But in the meantime, I think it just totally went out because I think it was using a lot of energy. But anyways, we are back. I think we have done the presentation part. I leave the platform for you guys to ask questions, so we could try to answer them. We have about 10 minutes for that. So if you have any questions, please go ahead, ask your questions to us. Where can we hear about scholarship opportunities? So yeah, I can send you a link. JUSE English missions. So we have one question. The first one, can give you information about scholarship. Yes, please read here, send answer. So the scholarship is about 30% of your tuition cost. So if you are coming down here, it's based on your academic results which you have. We will also conduct an interview. We also require a motivation letter. We also require a recommendation letter. So based on all of those things, the evaluation will happen at the university, and based on that, you could be awarded 30% scholarship on your tuition fee. So now we have someone at chat as well. So do you have Cultural Heritage Management PhD program? No, I'm sorry, we don't have that, unfortunately, but yeah, we have business education, we have engineering education, we have few programs in health and welfare, we have few programs through School of Learning and Communication.
There are questions on the questions segment.
Yeah, but yeah, okay. Yeah, so for PhD, this is, I get this question quite much while I'm in Turkey as well, or anywhere in the world. Thing is that PhD education in Sweden is not, by law, we cannot charge you as a student to do that. So what happens is this education is totally funded by the government or by private institutions or by the community. So this funded education means that you'll be paid for doing your PhD. So normally what happens is whenever we have a PhD position or any other university has one, it's offered as a public information like a job offer on the website. So you can always connect you can keep connected to our website. You can keep looking at our website weekly basis, monthly basis, to keep yourself updated. If there is a position that is released, we will have it put on that platform, so you can apply for it. But my recommendation is that it's always smart for you to do your master's here and also think about PhD later on, because then it becomes much easier for you to have your interaction with your professor. Your professor could see your how excited you are for the research, and perhaps you have done some papers which are published in different journals. So based on all those factors, a PhD is dependent on that. So there we have another question through Doga Karaduman. And the question is about what are the admission requirements for bachelor degree? So it's pretty, I can send you that link. It's pretty easy. It will make you read through the, so I'm sending the answer right now. Yeah, type your answer here. You're right, Jabruk. Yes, the tuition fee for master's degree is about, say about 12 to 14,000 euros, depending on what you want to study. I can, and living expenses, I can write that 12 to 14,000 euros per year. And living expenses are about, I would say, 600 to 800 euros per month. Exactly.
I think when I compare to Stockholm or Gothenburg, depending on the big cities, Jönköping is really decent. And we have so many discounts in the city center. When you go to shopping or when you go to restaurants, we have so many student prices. So we usually have 10% off when you buy something, even in a pharmacy, in a supermarket, or in the shops. So it's really a good advantage to be a student.
Exactly. And I remember my days as well as a student. I know that as a student, you can travel quite freely on very cheap basis. There are a lot of student discounts, not just on travel, but also on food. So yeah, life in Sweden is not as expensive as one would thought about. I remember when I was a student, I was living in 400 to 500 euros pretty easily. But the governmental recommendation is about 800 euros per month. So that's on the top level, highest level. Yeah.
You can always
cook at home. And you wouldn't find Turkish kebabs, so you have to cook at home. And if you do that, you can invite me always for that. What are the basic requirements? Okay. No, this is for the.
Yeah, we can
if they have scholarship for bachelor's degree, yes, I did that. Do we have? So I see a lot of people are asking about scholarships. Obviously, having some Swedish skills would be benefit. Yes, I'm sorry. I just saw one question right now from Aikut. When talking about professional career, it is obvious that having some Swedish skills would be beneficial. But what about working with English skills? Is it troublesome to find a job in Sweden with only English? Aikut, very good question, actually. One thing which I can really tell you that if you're coming down here for 2 years of your education, then the society provides a Swedish course for free. So you don't have to pay for it. And for 2 years, I think that's a lot of time for you to learn the language. And not just that, the rules in Sweden right now are that if you graduate After your graduation, you get 12 months visa to stay back in the country to find work. And if you are thinking about working in business, then I would say Swedish is quite essential. But I have Yaprak with me, and she's working right now. And I think you found work just while you were still a student, and you didn't have any Swedish skills. So it is possible. Sky is the limit, but you also get a lot of opportunity during your education to learn Swedish language. So yeah.
You can apply and learn Swedish. But in my case, it was not necessary. But of course, if you have Swedish skills, it will be an advantage. But you don't have to. It depends on the program, what you want to work with.
Yes,
it depends.
Exactly. But if you're thinking about our jobs during your education, for example, then I would say that learning basic Swedish would be good, because if you want to work at McDonald's or someplace, then you have an idea that what kind of language is required that you should have access to, and that I think is not so hard to learn.
Mm-hmm. Also, during your studies, we have a career center here where you can apply and learn, for example, what kind of job you are looking for, so you can get help from them, and they can tell you, yes, for this job you need basic Swedish skills, and they can also help you to prepare your CV, cover letter for your job applications during your studies.
Thanks. And we have a question from Doga again, and he's asking about visa available for bachelors, and do you require a blocked account for a student visa? You don't need a blocked account, unlike Germany or any other country. The requirements are pretty simple. Once you plan to apply for our education, I'll leave my email address. You can always get in touch with me. I can always help you and send you the guidelines of how to apply for the visa. They're pretty straightforward. We also have agencies in the country who work for us, and they can help you to file for a visa. For example, we work with Global Vision in Istanbul. We have another agency, Sweden Edu, who we work with. So you have a lot of different channels which you can use to understand how to make this possible. Do laws give working permit? Yes, they do. And there is no time limit for how much you want to work. However, you need to find a balance yourself between your education and your work.
Yeah. When I was here and I got the job, I was working and having study visa, so there is no limit that you cannot work with study visa, so you can. And after your study visa expires, you can still apply for another extension for 6 months, and you can still look for a job, and then you can change your visa type.
Exactly.
Yeah.
We have another question coming up. Here, I think before that, I can give migrations workout. Yes. Just guys, 1 second. I'm sending response to one question in to someone visiting, working, studying, and research. So yes, we sent the answer for that. What is the application period? Oops. The application period is, right now our applications are open. We will be open until 2nd of May. So you have a possibility of 2nd of May for and 15th of May for sending in all the docs. So we have do you work for an agency in Turkey? No, I don't. I mean, I work for the university, but we have different agencies in Turkey. I can send their contact details. So yeah, we have global region. We have global vision, and we have Sweden Edu. And someone here is on chat as well. Let's see who's asking. Oh, that's a thank you for the detailed answer. Thank you very much, Aykut, as well, for your question. So I see that it's 1851. I think we are heading towards the end of this webinar, but I can take maybe one or two more questions. If you have any, please go ahead. Yeah, I see. What if we are not graduated yet? How can I? Yes, that's also interesting. If you are not graduated yet, and if you're applying for your bachelor's education, but let's say you are going through a Turkish high school system, and if you're going to get your certificate before August, then you can definitely come and study with us based on a letter from your school that you're expected to pass by this date, and what are the expectation on your grades by your school. So based on that letter, we can give you the admission. Also, if you are in your last semester of your bachelor's education, we can also help you with admission at the university. But then you have to provide all the transcripts from all previous years until the last semester, second last semester, and then we can help you to offer admission for that.
Yeah, because when I applied, I was not graduated yet, and I applied and I accepted with my transcription, and then I provide my diploma after I arrived here.
Yeah.
So it's still working.
Yeah, perfect.
And we have
and on this question, I'm also writing my email address. And I'm also writing Yaprak, but Yaprak is a student and now she's working. So if you want to ask her about the experience she have had in this country or she's having while as a student, about life, about food, about living, social life. Yes, social life. So please go ahead and send her email as well. It's yaprakisg94 at gmail.com. So
Instagram, you can
yeah,
reach me if you have any questions.
should I give through this email or? Yes, so someone on chat as well. Let's see. Oh, okay. So we have another thank you from Mevlut. I hope I'm pronouncing names, but excuse me if I don't. But yeah. So I think I'm just thinking if I'm able to. Is anyone from IEFT listening to this? Can I upload a file here?
Cannot upload a file if it's not PDF. You can only upload the PDF.
Yes,
yeah, you
need a PDF file. Can I upload a PDF file?
And share media.
Yeah.
Share a media.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So, guys, I'm going to share our brochure file. So you guys can have our brochure file. Just give me 1 minute for that. I think I save as documents. Okay, already exists. Yes. And then we are going back and share media. And where is so guys, okay, we have, where did that go? Yes, it's processing media. You guys can still hear us, I hope. It's still processing. I don't know why, but I've uploaded this. Yeah, but just to be on the safer side, if you don't get it by any means, feel free to send me an email.
Just we share
and I'll send you this brochure file.
the emails of the participants, so you can email them as well.
Oh, perfect, perfect. Thanks very much, Seljan. So I think there are no more questions, right? So let's do that. Let's see if you're not. So we don't have any new questions. Thank you very much, guys, for joining in. I really had a pleasure to be a part of this webinar and had a pleasure to interact with you guys. Thank you so much. And please keep yourself safe in these troubled times. Your life and health are extremely important. Keep your and your family safe.
Thanks
Thank
a
you
lot,
very much.
Jasim and Yaprak. Hope to see you in Turkey sometime.
Thank you.
Teşekkürler. Teşekkürler. Bye.